And this question asks about a right triangle. So let's start off by drawing a right triangle. Okay, a right triangle has legs. Sometimes they're equal length, but usually one's shorter than the other. And the hypotenuse, which is the longest side. The right angle marker is actually like a little arrow pointing to the hypotenuse always. So we are given the long leg of a right triangle is 2 feet longer than the short leg. So they have a statement, the long leg is. They're going to tell us about the long leg. Great. But they don't have the short leg is statement. So we don't know anything about the short leg. That's going to be the x. I don't know anything about it, call it x. That's what x stands for, is some unknown quantity. Now the other one, the long leg of a right triangle is 2 feet longer than the short leg. If the long leg is x, if the short leg is x, the long leg would be x plus 2, 2 feet longer. The hypotenuse is 10 feet. This completes our picture of our right triangle. The question is, how long are the legs of the right triangle? We need to know some relationship between the two legs and the hypotenuse of a right triangle. That relationship is Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The only one that you must get in the right spot is the c. C stands for the hypotenuse. So the 10 has to be the one, the c squared, that's alone, nothing else on that side. Now the other two, it doesn't really matter what order you put them in. X squared plus x plus 2 squared. Okay, we now have an equation for x squared. So let's solve this one. The first thing I need to do is FOIL this x plus 2 squared out. I'm going to take a moment and work that out. Make sure there's no mistakes in it. I'm going to FOIL it. So the first x squared. And FOIL, I mean the distribution process. So I'm first going to distribute this x all the way through. So we have x times x is x squared plus 2 times x is 2x. Then I'm going to distribute this plus 2 all the way through. Get plus 2x plus 4. I can then combine like terms to get x squared plus 4x plus 4. So we've distributed the x and the 2 into the other x plus 2. We can now go back to our original x squared plus and replace this whole x plus 2 squared with our new x squared plus 4x plus 4. X squared plus 4x plus 4. That all equals. On the right side, there's nothing to stop us from doing 10 squared is 100. Alright, we now have, I see like terms on the left, x squared plus x squared, that'll be 2x squared. 2x squared. That'd be just like 5 plus 5 is 2 5s is 10. X squared plus x squared is 2x squared. X plus x is 2x. Plus 4x plus 4 equals 100. Now when we're solving equations, quadratic equations, x squared equations, we want to have the whole thing on one side equals 0. So I'm going to subtract the 100. And we get a need for some more space. We have 2x squared plus 4x minus 96 equals 0. Okay, we need to factor this. The first thing you always look for in factoring is a greatest common factor. In this case, there is a 2 in common with all of the terms. Factoring the 2 out leaves x squared plus 2x minus 48. Alright, let's work with this x squared plus 2x minus 48 part. Taking the 1 times the negative 48, negative 48. We're looking for factors that add up to 2, and 6 and 8 will work. Negative 6 plus 8 specifically. And we'll have 8 minus 6 is 2. Again, we're looking for factors that add up to the 2. So we now have x squared minus 6x plus 8x minus 48. And now factor by grouping, that is x times x minus 6 plus 8 times x minus 6 equals. We can factor, I didn't mean to put that equals. Yep, that'll be it. We can factor out the x, come on, there we go, x minus 6 and the x plus 8. Okay, so back to our problem. We have the 2, and we can now replace our x squared plus 2x minus 48 with x minus 6 and x plus 8 equals 0. Alright, there are 3 factors, the 2, the binomial x minus 6, and the binomial x plus 8. And the product is 0, so one of these has to be 0. Well, 2, it can't equal 0. But x minus 6 can equal 0. And x plus 8 can equal 0. So adding 6 to both sides, or subtracting 8 on this one, leaves us with our answers x equals 6, comma, x equals negative 8. Okay, 6 or negative 8. Let's take a moment and refresh ourselves with our right triangle. X plus 2, 10. Let me redraw that. X plus 2, 10. Since x represents a distance, a leg of a triangle, a negative answer is impossible, leaving us x equals 6. We plug that in, and we would get this triangle. 6 plus 2, 8, 10. So that we can then know that the legs are, is it feet? I want to check for the units. Feet. The units are here are feet. So back down. The legs are 6 feet and 8 feet. And this completes this problem.